Hello and welcome back to another new video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the 2024 preview event for Sea of Thieves. The whole entire video got me pretty surprised. I'm pretty hyped for everything that they announced in this video. I'll let the video speak for itself. All you gotta do is just watch the whole thing and then you'll get what I'm saying. But if you do enjoy this video, I would appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell because it'll help me out a huge bunch. And then be sure to comment down below if you want to see more videos, okay? Enjoy the video and have a good one. Alright, we got some stuff to taste to see what Sea of Thieves is cooking today. And it seems like they're cooking now. You see that fire? Also, be sure to like the video if you want to see more, okay? Let us get started.
Welcome to the Sea of Thieves 2024 preview event, where we're going to give you your first look at some of the exciting features coming to Sea of Thieves this year. We are going to share information around what's coming in seasons 12 and 13, as well as even further into the future, with a sneak peek behind the curtain on season 14.
Walk a tightrope. Grapple
so
hooks.
Grab a grog and get ready for adventure as we reveal some of the incredible bounty of features headed to Sea of Thieves in 2024.
Okay, to be honest, there's like tons of stuff that surprised me already in the first 30 seconds of this video. Not gonna lie. Grapple hooks, skeletons on your ship, walk a tightrope from your ship to the other ship. Jesus Christ. Okay. The first 30 seconds of this video that's already cooking.
Sea of Thieves is a pirate sandbox adventure game where players create those stories together. And in the world of Sea of Thieves, there are tools and items that may seem simple on the surface, but when they're in the hands of real players who are playing in their own way and bringing their creativity, it really showcases that the sandbox is more than the sum of its parts as it creates these memorable stories.
This year, in 2024, our focus is on giving you more tools, more possibilities, and with that freedom out on the waves, give you the possibilities to have these amazing moments and really changing up the core moment-to-moment gameplay of the sandbox.
Season 12.
The kind of main aims for Season 12 are about mixing up the meta and how players enjoy all of the different aspects of Sea of Thieves. So as part of Season 12, we're going to be adding 2 new weapons and 3 new tools for players to use.
An area we haven't really delved into since
New
launch
weapons and new tools.
is adding new weapons to the game. New weapons that give you new tactical choices and strategies out there on your adventures.
New weapons,
So
though.
in Season 12, we're going to be adding the double-barrel pistol and throwing knives.
The
Throwing
double-barrel
knives and
flintlock is a new type of
double-barrel
pistol
shotgun?
weapon where you can
Double-barrel
fire
pistol?
2 shots individually before you need to reload, or you can charge them together and release them at once for a more powerful shot.
The heck?
We wanted to kind of create this new weapon archetype that's a bit shorter range, but a faster fire rate, but perhaps not as powerful or damaging as the flintlock pistol. But then it has those kind of blunderbuss-like qualities as well, where you can do
6
the
bolts
charge
in it.
shot to release 2 pellets at the same time.
Accompanying that double barrel flintlock with another weapon like the cutlass, for example, for a finishing blow can lead to a fast time to kill for a player to be able to quickly take down a target.
Sword and double-barrel pistol user.
Season 12 also brings in the throwing knives as a
Wow.
weapon. Now, these can be used as a melee item. They have a light and a heavy melee action, but they can also be thrown and used at range as well.
You can use it to kind of like stab players with like a
Stab,
quick
stab,
attack,
stab,
so
shift,
that
shift,
doesn't
shift,
do much
shift.
damage, or you can charge it to like pull it into this kind of
Backstab.
more dangerous stabbing motion. That'll slow the player's movement down and give this like really
Slows
high
their
damage
movement down if you
attack for
backstab
like,
him.
sneak up behind players. And
Or
then
if you
finally,
just
it has
do
the
like a
ability
little
to kind of flip the knife over, catch
Michael
it,
Myers
and then
sort of
throw
thing.
it at distance against players, which
And you can
again,
throw
kind of
them
feels like
too.
a trick shot, and it'll do a lot of damage as well.
When you throw a throwing knife,
Does a lot of
and
damage.
if you miss, you can actually go in the world and it'll stick into any of the geometry and you can just pull it out and then it'll replenish your ammo. So I think personally for me this is really good because sometimes I miss, as I'm sure some of us do. So you can then just go ahead and pick it up again.
So you get
I'm gonna have to try out the throwing knives when it comes out.
A pirate might throw a knife at you, but then you can retrieve that knife and throw it back to them.
Jesus
So
Christ, you can do
it'll
that.
really mix up the kind
Jesus.
of combat scenarios you can expect. Out in
Hey,
the
you better
world
not
and
miss
onboarding
when
other
you
ships.
try to hit somebody with that.
There are
You
3
better not
new
miss
tools in
because they can just
Season
pick it up
12,
and they can just
the
completely
wind
wreck you.
caller, the scatter shot,
They'll
and the bone
Uno
caller.
reverse card you.
With the scatter shot, the way that it's different to a standard cannonball
Scatter
is
shot.
it's a collection of 4 cannonballs, but they're much smaller. They have a much shorter fall-off range and a really wide spread, allowing you to hit a target with multiple projectiles at the same time.
And it does really small amounts of damage to the ship, just like a level 1 size hole. So like really quick for players to repair, but it can kind of overwhelm a crew quite quickly.
Basically, if you get up close with the scatter shot and you can get a few onto your enemy, they're going to have a lot of holes and they're going to have a pretty
Kind of like
bad
a
time.
shotgun
What
cannon,
it will
right?
do
Shotgun
is
cannon.
really eat up an opponent's resources. They'd need to use more wood to repair the many holes that the scatter shot puts into the hull.
Kind of like a shotgun
So the
cannon,
Bone
you know?
Caller is an awesome new throw.
up close and then use your scatter shot.
And they can throw that on the floor, and when it smashes, all these kind of bones come out, and then skeletons spawn
Skeleton
around
bombs.
the player in allegiance to them, and they'll actually fight beside the player against enemy players.
Ooh, ally
and enemy
skeletons.
AI.
Now
You can
might
throw it
not
on
be
an
going
enemy
straight
ship.
for just a normal cannonball or a,
There's some of the
or a
skeletons on
chain
that ship.
shot. You might in fact go straight for the bone caller, so you can have some skellies that are on your side.
Oh,
on
and you
that
could just
ship,
put it inside your
so
cannon and then
messing
shoot
things
them on
up
their
for
ship,
that
and you
crew.
can have
You
skeletons
could
spawn on their
use
ship.
fire to fight
That's pretty
fire.
cool. That's pretty sick.
So if somebody shoots a bone caller across the sea at your ship and they spawn in, if you have your own bone caller, you could throw that down on the deck and have your own skellies go and fight those to take them out for you so that you don't have to.
I mostly play solo, and to be able to spawn literally anything that is friendly to my cause while I'm playing is a massive positive. So I'm kind of looking forward
This
to
is
that.
pretty huge,
and I'm
to be
sure
honest.
that other players will find ways to
skeleton
make
bomb.
use of it as well.
The Wind Caller is a new horn-shaped shell that players can blow into to summon the power of the winds. So
Summon
imagine
to
the scenario
behold
that
the
you're
power of
heading
the wind.
fully into the wind, and you're either chasing someone or you're trying to get away from someone. Now you can use this tool to blow wind into your sails and go even beyond full
Oh.
billow in speed.
Players can also use it to kind of knock players back
Blow
off
your
their
sails
ship
with it.
or on land, so they can kind of target a player,
Oh,
blow into the
oh.
Wind Caller, and it will throw them back into the air.
You can use it as a means
Ah,
of
that's
propulsion
gonna be
for
that's
yourself
toxic.
in the water, but also for rowing boats. So you can either use it while
Oh, you
you're
can
in
do
the
that while
water
you
swimming and you'll blast along like a really fast water boat.
Oh my god.
Or you can stand on a rowing boat and blast it out of the back like
Oh my
a
god.
speedboat, basically.
You can put out fires and you can do it quickly. So you can just essentially walk
And you can also
around
blow a
the
fire.
entire ship
Jesus
that's
Christ.
caught on fire and just put out all the fires as you walk around.
And they can even use it to like.
Oh my
stop
God,
their
this thing
fall
does
damage.
everything.
Like, say you're falling a great distance and you use the Wind Caller below you, like cushion.
This
your
thing does
fall so you
everything.
land safely as well. There is like a finite charge for how long the Wind Caller can last for, so you have to use it wisely.
Oh, so yeah. Oh, okay. And there's zip lines from Monkey Island
Season
too.
12 also introduces zip lines onto several of the islands around Sea of Thieves.
Zip
So
lines.
you may have seen these as
Jeez.
they debuted in the Monkey Island Tall Tales, and they're a really fun and exhilarating way to traverse. So it's really cool to be able to bring those to the wider Sea of Thieves world.
So we've been looking across
Alright,
all
finally.
the islands of the Sea of Thieves.
Me and my friends were
the most
discussing
ideal
that
places
there
to
should
kind
be
of
zip
mix up the
lines in
traversal
the main game
opportunities,
on most of the
within all
islands.
islands to add these zip lines across them. So we've added zip lines to.
I'm
like,
glad
the
they're adding
outposts
the
to
zip
get
lines to
down
most of
your
the
ship
islands.
quickly. We've added them to the skeleton forts that allow you to kind of zip line between two positions to kind of escape the skeletons or get close to them when they first spawn, or just general kind of zip lines across the islands for like fast traversal and moving chests around the islands quickly.
For example, on Ancient Spire Outpost now, you've got to clunk down some cliffs in order to get to your ship. Now you'll be able to just go and get on the zip line and go flying all the way down to the jetty next to your ship.
So alongside adding
Nice.
completely brand new tools to the Sea of Thieves sandbox, there's also the opportunity for us to go back and add completely brand new functionality to existing tools.
So another cool new feature that we're adding for Season 12 is the ability to balance on harpoon lines. So you can shoot that harpoon line at another ship or another
Wow, yeah.
island and then jump onto it and then like balance across.
Walk a tightrope
Depending on the
from
angle in
your
which
ship to the
you
other.
fire the harpoon, it'll either be like too steep to climb up it, but if you're on the other end, you can actually jump on the harpoon line and like slide down really
Ugh.
quickly back to your ship.
We're
I mean, it's not good for
really
your feet,
confident
but,
this will
okay.
lead to some really
Let's go.
inventive player boarding tactics out there in the sandbox,
Guys didn't let's
as
go
well as
email.
giving you new ways to traverse the islands.
Dude,
With all
that's
this that we're
huge, to
adding
be
in
honest.
Season 12, it
Another
gives
new way to
players
board a
more
ship.
opportunities to create those stories as we're really enriching the sandbox of every session.
So we're always really excited to add new tools and mechanics to Sea of Thieves, but we're always mindful that we want to make sure that the game's health is in a really good position as well, that the integrity of Sea of Thieves is there for our players. And since we're adding new weapons into Sea of Thieves, we're very mindful that We want to ensure that the hit registration in our game is as rock solid as it can be. And this is an ongoing thing for us as a development team. We're constantly putting time and effort into this area to try and make it as robust as possible.
In the past, we've borrowed
Trust me,
time from
this entire
feature
video's
teams
cooking.
to address
Y'all are
issues in the
cooking.
core experience.
Cooking up a
It's
juicy.
always taken a back
juicy
seat
steak.
to the features that those teams are working on. In 2024, this is changing. We're securing a dedicated team to focus on the health of the game, bringing fixes and improvements to the things that matter most to our players as soon as they're ready as part of our regular monthly updates. This is going to be a key focus for the team this year. We want your Sea of Thieves experience to be the best that it can be. Adding new loadout choices as part of upcoming seasons shows our commitment to making encounters between players a more dynamic and fun experience. But crucially, this all has to operate on a stable combat system. We know that there's still plenty of work to do here, but this remains a top priority for our team. March's update delivered Easy Anti-Cheat, an industry-leading anti-cheat solution designed by Epic. This solution evolves over time, keeping up with cheat developers, blocking them at every turn. This is really, though, just the first step at improving the player experience here in Sea of Thieves.
We want to focus this year on making Sea of Thieves
Good thing
play
they're doing the
better
best they
than
can
ever
to
before,
prevent cheaters
whether
from
that
being
be
in the game.
improving the performance of the game across the variety of hardware it runs on, ensuring that it's a safe place to play with a focus on cheating, but also ensuring that our hit registration is as reliable as possible in all of your adventures out there in the sandbox.
Season 13. Now I'm going to be talking about Season 13.
Captain Flameheart has been a staple and important character of Sea of Thieves for many years, appearing in our novels and appearing in our many tall tales and expanded fiction. With Season 13, this brings the return of Captain Flameheart.
Captain
to the Sea of
Flameheart, let's
Thieves.
go. I miss this guy.
As Flameheart has been
Flameheart's back.
resurrected, so has his Burning Blade ship, and it's back in more
Burning
monstrous
Blade?
and terrifying form than ever before.
That's
So
actually a
we've
pretty sick hull, to
reimagined
be
it for
honest.
Season
It's a
13,
pretty sick,
and it looks incredible. It almost looks like a living entity itself.
So traditionally, world events have been at set locations throughout the world. The Burning Blade is a little different. The Burning Blade
Yeah,
is
that's a pretty sick ship.
and
I like the
therefore
hull on
moves
it.
around the world.
But the twist is, when you
Like the front of the
defeated
bowsprit as well.
ship, you have the option to board it and pledge yourself and your crew to Flameheart, enter into his service, and
Pledge of
become
the
the crew
allegiance
of
to
the Burning
Flameheart.
Blade. Essentially becoming a player-created world event yourselves.
So obviously we have
Yeah,
to go
I
in
like
big
that
with
ship.
this one.
I like the
At
hull on it,
base,
the front of
is
it.
larger and more formidable than any ship we've seen on the waves.
This ship has 10 cannons. It has a statue room dedicated to Flameheart at the back. It has a balcony where Flameheart likes to take in the view every morning with his coffee. And most importantly, it's got a
Flameheart
massive
drinks coffee.
flamethrower at the front.
Players will be able to pull a lever on their ship and fire 2 massive balls of fire out the front of their ship, which is really interesting because we've never actually had an offensive weapon that's
Oh.
frontal facing before. So,
Wait,
I
so
think
this
it's
is
gonna
not
create
a-
some
this is
really
not a-
interesting dynamic.
This is
naval
not skin
combat
for a
situations.
regular ship.
So once you take over the
This
Burning
is like an
Blade,
exclusive
you
ship
are
for
on this
Flameheart?
really powerful
Or this
warship,
event?
and you have a skeleton crew helping you as well. So even smaller crews have every chance of crewing the Burning Blade because the skeletons will come to your aid.
So you could have skeletons repairing while you're on the cannons firing at enemies, which is excellent.
But it's not just about sailing around the world, which of course you can do. It's about completing orders in service of Captain Flameheart. So around the world, there'll be numerous skeleton camps.
You'll notice the Reapers have been conducting excavations on the surface, and they've been dragging up all sorts of ancient artifacts and ancient secrets from below the surface.
Underground, there's basically a chamber with a prism that the players can control to draw out constellations on the ceiling in order to help the ritual come to completion and get that knowledge of the ancients.
Each of these temples contains the secrets of the ancients, secrets that Flameheart wants above anything else. And as part of taking control of the ship, you'll be able to sail around the world, visit these ancient temples deep below these skeleton camps, engaging new puzzle gameplay, discover treasures, but what you're really after is the Orb of Secrets.
The Orb
a
of
new
Secrets.
treasure artifact that Flameheart wants. Collecting these secrets will add tribute to the Burning Blade ship.
The Burning Blade ship.
The more
Look at it.
tribute that you collect, the more value will be aboard the Burning Blade. But you will lose the Burning Blade if it sinks or when you choose to go and cash that tribute into Flameheart. So it's really up to you how long you think you can hold on to it with that risk reward, because everybody in the world is going to be coming for you. They're going to know you're in there and know you've got high value. So it really becomes
They want
this
to fight the
dynamic
Burning Blade
player-created
ship.
world event with players versus players in the sandbox.
So
even
it's
though
kinda
you
like
can
another-
visit these skeleton
kinda like
camps
another
while in
version of
control
Siren
the
Skull.
Burning Blade, it's not only tightly wedded to that new gameplay. Players can also visit them anytime in their adventures. So should players visit these skeleton camps when they're not the crew of the Burning Blade, the skeletons won't be too happy that you found a way inside
do like
these
the look of the
camps, and
camp,
you'll
though.
be
I
engaging
do like
in
that
a
tower structure.
combat-focused encounter to discover its secrets.
What's really exciting about Season 13 is the interplay of the features and the way that they'll bring players together and combine to create new stories. And whether you're the crew of the Burning Blade who wants to protect it, or everyone else
Poor
who wants
Brigantine's
to
fighting
take it
the
down
Burning
and
Blade
steal that
galleon.
value, everything in Season 13 will bring you together.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you can just shoot stuff from the front of that ship. Alright. Sucks it's not a
towards the end
regular
of the
ship
year,
skin,
we
you know?
have Season 14, and while
Just
it's
as an exclusive ship
very
for this event.
early for us to talk about, we wanted to share some of our thinking here because it is totally aligned with this vision for what 2024 can be, this laser focus on the sandbox and mechanics that add to the variety of stories you can encounter in Sea of Thieves.
Internally, we're referring to Season 14 as Pirates of Mischief. Sea of Thieves has always had this playful, mischievous, and funny sense of humour. And with Season 14, we're expanding on that. The two main areas that we're exploring are new ways to stealth and new ways to cause mischief in the world.
So I think a real aspect of the Sea of Thieves experience that we haven't dived too deep into previously is the idea of being a stealthy pirate.
So
Add
when
more
you think
stealth
about
mechanics.
stealth in Sea of Thieves and enhancing that, imagine being able to crouch and move around the world silently, or the ability to hang off the side of an enemy's ship.
When we were having these initial
thinking about
conversations
doing that?
about
Adding
Season
those?
14, the first thing I thought of
Please.
was the cardboard boxes in Metal Gear Solid. Could we allow players to climb into chests, and if they choose, they can actually scuttle around with their little legs out the bottom? And also, if they
So you
choose
can
to,
wear a
you know,
chest?
keep the ruse up, could other players come along and pick them up like a normal loot chest or treasure chest or whatever, and take it onto their ship?
So another cool thing that we've been working on is the blow dart, which is another new weapon that
Blow
players
dart.
can wield from the armory and use that to kind of sneak aboard enemy ships and fire kind of these custom darts into players that will do different effects.
So imagine a blow dart that tracks whatever it sticks to, whether that's a ship, a chest, an item, a player.
Ones that could potentially like lure skeletons to like a specific position, so you can throw a firebomb in there, or you know, explode a gunpowder keg, or darts that can trigger specific sound effects, which is quite evil and cunning, where you could board an
Yes, I
enemy
do like the
ship
sound of
and
this.
shoot the capstan and it sounds like it's dropping, or
blow
shoot
darts
the
with
ladders
different
and it
effects.
sounds like someone's climbing up them.
And then thinking about some of the ways that we want to add more mischief to the world, one of these is the idea of traps.
So much like the kind of
More
blunderbombs or
mischief,
firebombs,
more
we're thinking
trolling.
about them being this kind of throwable trap that players can kind of throw into the world. Think of it like a spring trap that players can place on the islands to trap skeletons on a bounty or on a fort, or they could place it at the top of their ladders to prevent players from boarding their ships and get caught in this trap.
Along with these, we're also bringing a really exciting new tool, and it's the grapple gun, which
The
is
grapple gun.
a dual purpose.
We saw that at the beginning of
rifle.
the video.
So it allows you to traverse the environment much quicker because you're able to
That's pretty sick, to be
grapple
honest, the
yourself
grapple gun.
up to a ledge, for example. But you can also harpoon items and other players in.
So some of the new
nice.
cool uses we've seen from the grapple gun in our early playtests are, you know, players firing themselves out of the cannon towards another ship to try and board them, and perhaps overcooking it and then using the grapple gun to fire it out
Dude,
the
that's
air
pretty
and
sick.
propel themselves down onto it.
Just
Or
in case you
jumping
miss your
off
deck
their
shot,
ship
you
to,
have
like,
your grapple
an
gun and you can
oncoming
just
ship and then
board
using
them.
the
That's your deck
grapple
shot
gun
right
to
there.
kind of
That's pretty sick.
grapple up and onto the
I do like
ship
this.
so that they can board them and drop their anchor or have a fight with them.
Another new way to
make
board
sure
ships.
that the grapple gun is balanced, it does have ammunition. You'll have arrowheads, and these essentially break off when you successfully use the grapple gun, meaning you can't continuously keep grappling. There is a skill to using the gun successfully and accurately and
Fair,
efficiently.
fair.
So when we think about 2024, we really think about getting to the very heart of what makes Sea of Thieves great. That is your stories, powered by that design philosophy of tools, not rules. Season 12, 13 and 14 are fully exploring that, giving you new options, new tools, and fundamentally new possibilities that make this game unique and special.
I think when you look at the year ahead for Sea of Thieves, our plans for Season 12, Season 13 and Season 14, it's kind of making this shift away from these big kind of systemic changes to Sea of Thieves and returning back to the core of what makes Sea of Thieves so special, the heart of Sea of Thieves, about giving players new tools to create new stories out there in the world.
We're ultimately shaking up the meta, giving players new tools to learn and master. And I can't wait to see what combinations players start settling on before we shake it back up again.
Really
While
imagine just
everything that you're
double
seeing
roll
today
pistol on
is
the sword.
still work in progress and possibly
Sounds like a
subject
bad
to change
combo.
in some ways, we will be giving more
So it's pretty
insights
much
onto how
blunderbuss
these
and
things are
sword as well.
developing as we come
Not a
closer
good
to
combo for your
launch
loadout.
each of them.
With the richness of all these new seasons, and of course PlayStation Pirates joining us as well, it is such an exciting year for Sea of Thieves in 2024.
Dude, sounds like 2024 is
Thank you for joining us for the Sea of Thieves
gonna be a good year for
2024
Sea of Thieves, a
preview
good year.
event. We hope you've enjoyed this sneak peek at what's coming throughout the rest of the year.
And I'm glad
There's
to be
still
here,
a
man.
lot more to reveal for
I'm
these
glad to
seasons,
witness
so keep an
what
eye on
y'all
the
are
horizon,
cooking.
as we'll have more to share closer to each
cooking on the
season's
grill.
launch. For more information and to keep up to date with what's new in Sea of Thieves, check out our social channels. So until our paths cross again, happy sailing, and we'll see you on the
Alright,
sea.
no problemo. No problemo. And that was the Sea of Thieves 2024 preview event. New soundtrack as well. What's that tease at the end? Owl ship. Owl pets. Alright, brother, Jesus. Okay. That was the Sea of Thieves 2024 preview event, and I gotta say, I am really, really hyped for this. Alright, I really do think 2024 is gonna be a good year for Sea of Thieves. This whole video is pretty much like a roadmap to see what happens in Season 12, 13, and 14, and then maybe future seasons as well. I'm pretty hyped for the grappling hook, the throwing knives, the flame heart events, being able to shoot skeletons onto other ships, scatter shots, shotgun cannon. Oh yeah, that also that one wind blowing thing too. That thing does everything, I swear, Jesus. Oh yeah, this double barrel pistol as well. I wouldn't really want to be using it, but I'll give it a try once it comes out. But I'm definitely gonna try out the throwing knives when it comes out. And yeah, these skeleton bombs, you can throw it, and then it summons ally skeletons to fight for you. And you can even throw it on an enemy ship, and then it'll fight the people on that ship, and then they're allies to you, so they won't attack you. That's pretty cool. This is pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Can't wait to try it out.
And it will throw
This thing
them
does
back
everything.
into the air.
Now you can use the
You can use it to blow your sails to make your ship go faster. You can use it to blow away players. You can use it to slow your fall so you don't take fall damage. You can use it when swimming so you can just swim faster. And then same with the rowboat. If you're on a rowboat, you also move that rowboat fast too. So yeah, like I said, that was the preview event for 2024 Sea of Thieves. Jeez, this video is cooking. I can't wait for this to come out. I can't wait for everything in this video to come out. It's all going to be worth it, and I am really, really happy about it. But yeah, this video is pretty hyped, and I am really proud, and I can't wait for it.